What an exciting game. One of the things that I really wanted to stress with the coaching staff and with the team is not as much we owe them from the game at their places. We owe ourselves an opportunity to get better, right? To learn from the last game against JMU, learn from the scouting film with a really quick turnaround, right? They have a phenomenal player, number 2, young freshman, so good, to learn how to play at a championship level. And so that means you're able to overcome the highs and lows of a basketball game and highs and lows of losses. And one thing we saw is the Bobcats bounce back. And you add the layer of that, it gives you an opportunity to have your senior, I always say senior class, because all of them are in post-back scenarios, to finish out at home with a win and celebrate each other. And cherry on top is that Kennedy broke the all-time Sun Belt assist record. It's really neat for us because we had the technical difficulties, right, with the rim, and so I started to think, gosh, when this happened last, it was Taylor Deere and Tasha Levitt, and it was a timeout, and Taylor said, Tasha said, just give me the ball, Tay, I got you, and we came out of the timeout, she hit it. And this time, how fitting was it that, and we're a ball screen team, Ken came off the ball screen, and she hit Denasia, and she hit the shot, so I was like, oh, this is just beautiful. So as a coach, it was really exciting for me because, they're all 4 of those women are high-level players, right? 2 of them are currently playing pro, and these 2 young women have the ability to be able to do so as well. So it was just fun. It was fun. This game was a lot more about us than it really was about our opponent.
Coming off a tough loss against JMU and also trying to bounce back when y'all lost to South Alabama earlier in the season, how big does this win mean, especially when when we're getting towards the end of the regular season, the Sun Belt Conference race is getting tighter and tighter every day?
It's an important win because we have to be able to have a short memory, right? And really, that to me, that's it. It's really cut and dry. I'm not going to put a ton of weight on the actual win as much as that we needed to be better.
In Kennedy and Denasia, how big was it to, like Coach is saying, kind of pushing that loss against JMU kind of in the back of your minds and focusing on beating South Alabama today?
I think we just kind of, like I told them in the other media, that we don't really try to focus on the negative, but just try to learn, from the last game and just put it all out there for the next one.
Yep, we just focused on ourselves, came out with the mindset to execute, finish strong, and bounce back, and we did just that.
In the last game against South Alabama, it was a very close loss. So what did y'all learn from that first game against South Al that y'all were preparing for coming into today?
Well, we struggled finishing, for sure, and we had a lot of turnovers. So you can't have turnovers, right, and give them extra opportunities especially when you're on the road, and we've got to find ways to finish. The shots that we had were good looks. We did not do a good job of finishing it. And then our end of game, really just being able to close it out end of game. We learned to get better from that, and I feel like we've really learned that as well along the way. Like you said, everything's really tight right now in the Sun Belt Conference. Everybody's fighting for position at top, right, for multiple reasons. One, to win a championship. The other reason is you want great seed to have an opportunity to win a championship and see postseason. So you got to be literally on your game every single possession, right? Not night, but every single possession on both ends of the floor.
I know a lot of people are going to be focusing on the 77 points, but just on the defensive side, forcing 19 turnovers and getting 20 points off of those turnovers, how important was it to, continue that defensive edge that this team's been known for this year?
I think what I liked is that when we pushed tempo, we got to a great shot. To me, that was more important than us taking a quick shot. And at the end of the day, I'll be honest, we got to do better against their best player. And I think that's where we faltered tonight. But we called a timeout, and I think we regrouped, and we were able to get it rolling. So this is another opportunity for us to get better when we have to go on the road. And honestly, Arkansas State has a lot of different players who can put up big points for them. So I think that's going to be important moving forward. Oh, sorry, my bad. We got Lafayette, too. So we got Lafayette coming up as well. Lafayette also has, we already know what happened here at our place, so I don't need to remind you.
Kenny and Denasia, how important was it, as Coach was saying, not focus on getting the quick shot, but just setting the tempo right and focus on getting the right shot on offense?
Yeah, we just let our defense translate into offense. That's where we create our energy, and it just flows well for us. So we focus on the defensive end, finishing plays with a rebound, and we just take it down to the offensive end, and everything falls into place.
And, Kennedy, being the all-time assist leader in Sun Belt Conference history, what does it mean to achieve a moment like that?
It's definitely a surreal feeling. I was happy to do it on senior day. All my family was here, and I tell people all the time, this is definitely my favorite team. So I was happy to go out there and do it with them, and what's better fitting than getting into my shooter here.
Coach, I know this is kind of an emotional moment, especially with this being the last time these seniors playing here at Texas State. What does it mean to seeing these seniors, not only seniors graduate, seniors achieving their master's degrees, playing one last time here at Bobcats?
So I'll be honest with you, for me it's different because my goals for this group, when we signed Denasia, Kennedy, Jakayla, and Jada Reed, the goal was always to push ourselves to be a championship level team. So I haven't allowed myself yet to get emotional about this being their last game because it's not their last game. What I have allowed myself to do is just really celebrate with them and their family all these markers that they just keep hitting. This team has hit so much adversity this year, coming off of COVID, and these two, have led us. And then just little quirky injuries here and there. There were times we didn't have everybody, or people were playing sick, people were playing injured. And to be where we are now, right, playing with nicks and bruises and finding a way, to me is really special. And so for that, I'm excited about. I'm really happy. I was a senior and I was able to go out on a win. I think that's important. In my 12 years here, I may not have it right, so you might want to check with Chris, but I think we've only had one senior game that was lost. So it's always really fun for me because I want to be able to hold that for life. So I'm happy for them that they get to hold that for life, and I'm going to keep celebrating with them all these wonderful markers that they've hit, but we're not done. We're just not done. So when there's time to reflect on all the great things that they've done, and it's truly eligibility is over, I'll be right there with them. But until then, for me, it's just cheering, high fives, and come on, we got next game. Our next game is Lafayette on the road.
Kennedy, Denasia, how good does it feel to end Strahan with one last win at home?
It feels great, just blessed and opportunity. Thankful for this community, for the school, definitely Coach Z. So it felt great to just go out on a win and play one last time on Strahan floor.
And with it being Black History Month, last Saturday we saw Dr. Johnny E. Brown come here, being the first Texas State Black athlete to come here at Texas State. Today, y'all are honoring the first five, the first five Black students to come here at Texas State. What does it mean to have, being Black History Month, we remember, the first five are still, still here. Like, this is still recent memory, just showing the community, like, these people are still here and are still alive, and that what they did helped pave the path for not only you, but also for Kennedy and Denasia.
Like I've said this entire month, Black History Month is an opportunity to celebrate great Americans, and being able to spotlight great Americans, like we said, like these unsung heroes that people don't necessarily know. We know the big names that you learn in the history books, but for the Texas State community, Black, white, Hispanic, across the board, just to know that we had representation and it's growing is really important for us to be able to move forward and work together. And so for me, anytime we're able to honor that, it's really exciting. And definitely there's an appreciation for trailblazers because they have to go through it. And I've said this in the past, my entire life I've always followed Jackie Robinson. That's a trailblazer in the world of sport with what he had to deal with. We have our trailblazers here at Texas State. These women are trailblazers as well, right? I mean, Denasia's a first-gen student. She's talked a lot about that. She's from the 210. I think that's huge. Kennedy is a trailblazer, not just for being, a woman of color, but she's a smaller guard. And she's here to say, you know what, you could be at the top. You got to bust your butt. All right? And she busted her butt off the floor and on the floor. How many young women of color have been a valedictorian, come to college, got the undergraduate degree, and now is an MBA program? Not very many, so representation is important. So it's really exciting to see that we brought these women back. It's even more awesome for our basketball fans and those young brown and tan faces out there to see these women as well and understand, yeah, there is a path for me. I need to be willing to work hard enough, and deal with the highs and lows that it takes, but there is a path. And I think that's what you need. You need to know that there's going to be some type of opportunity.
Denasia and Kennedy, seeing the first five here at Texas State, seeing what they did for the university and for people of color, what does it mean to y'all seeing that, seeing them being honored today?
I think it's very motivational. I think we go out there, every day knowing that we're playing for something bigger than ourselves, and I'm just kind of happy to pave the way for younger athletes coming up.